Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can anyone confirm double or not?
Yes, sir.
So the today's topic is like related to micro front end. So anyone have any idea on microservices? Like anyone heard about the terminology like microservices?
पोटी कर दिया.
Microservices.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, let's go with the discussion about this terminology. First one is like monolithic. The next one is like microservices, monolithic application. Another one is like microservices related application. What is like monolithic application? What is like monolithic application? Anyone knows? Okay, very simple. For example, if you want to develop one e-commerce website, if you want to develop one e-commerce website, in this website, okay, what kind of modules, okay, we are going to develop? Tell me. What kind of modules? First, whenever you open Amazon.in, there has some products loaded or not. So can I say it's like a products module? That means products related stuff. The next one is like once you click on the product, you you may click on add cart button or you may click on buy now button or not. Once you buy that products you can see in the orders list or not. That products you can see in the orders list or not. Yes or no? That product in the orders list. Okay. The next one is like, for example, you click on the add to cart button. Okay. These products you can see in the cart. These products you can see in the cart. The next one is like, what? One. The next one is like what? For example, while doing purchase, okay, either add to cart or order, okay, if you want to ask some questions like some feedback or something, or if you want some support, okay, this is also one kind of module only or not. So overall in this application, if you want to develop one full-fledged e-commerce website, okay, these many modules you have to integrate in that application or not. So products related stuff you have to handle, that's like one module. Orders related and cart, and if you want to give the customer support, okay, support also one kind of module only or not. In the olden days, okay, before introducing these microservices to the world, okay, we have an application with these sub modules. We created like one application only. We created like only one application only. In that application we added all these features as like modules. We added all these features like a modules. Okay, so in the monolithic architecture, see, monolithic or microservices, it is not specific to one technology. It's like an architecture. It's not a technology, it's like an architecture. Okay, so in the monolithic architecture, okay, in one application only we are going to place like multiple features. Each and every feature we can say like one module. Okay, now finally, once my application development is completed, what is our next level step? Either front end or back end, whatever it may be. Just think of front end and back end also. Okay, let's take like a products. In the Amazon, how many products are there in the database? My backend application retrieve the data and give that data to the front end. In my front end, we are going to display those products or not. Okay, in this particular one, both front end involved as well as back end also involved. Now, once this application development is completed, okay, what is the next level step? What is the next level step? We are going to build that application and then we are going to deploy that application or not. We are going to deploy that application. See, you created an application based on your requirement that is working as expected. You build and you deploy, and the end user is like using. End user is like, okay, ready to use. Okay, my end user is like using. There is no problem at all. There is no problem at all. But here, the functional device and everything is like working as expected. There is no doubt at all. But the thing is, for example, if you found one bug in the products related, if you found one bug in the products related functionality. If you found one bug, okay, see, you developed the application, okay, the end users are like using, after a few days, you found one bug, you found one issue in products related functionality, products related functionality, for products related functionality. Whenever you found one bug in the products related functionality, if it is like a monolithic application, what we are going to do? Okay, this total, the total functionality for all the modules you, okay, developed in a single application, right? So this particular code where you maintain, where you manage in general, our code we are going, where we are going to manage in the version control or not, version controller or not. So in the Git, in one repository only, we are going to manage all these modules or not. Yes or no? Why? Because it's like one application, single application. It's a monolithic application. Different modules. Okay, just I added, but those are not like a individual application. Those are like what? As part of this application only, one kind of module, one kind of functionality. That's it. So that the e-commerce application has multiple modules. All this source code I managed in the single repository only. Whenever my application development is completed, I build that application, I deploy that application, so that end user is like using. After few days, after some time, okay, they found one issue in the product's functionality. Then the time, okay, you have to work on your, okay, same repository, you have to work on it. Okay, you have to fix that bug, and you have to merge the changes into your main branch, and you have to build it, and you have to deploy it or not. Now see, the procedure is this one or not. Okay, in the repository you have to fix the bug, you have to fix the bug in the repo in one branch. Okay, in your branch. Okay, you have to fix that bug. Once you fix that one, those changes you have to merge into main branch, and then you have to build that, and then you have to deploy that, and then you have to, okay, you have to tell to the end user, hey, end user, you can use it. In this case, there is no problem. End user can see that functionality, whatever you developed, whatever the bug you fixed, that is like working as expected only, no problem at all. The problem here is what? See here, you are maintaining the code and everything is like one branch, right? Okay, one repository. In one repository you are maintaining. Now see here, the issue is like which is related to products functionality. Then that time orders to call to support. Okay, there is no issue with that. But if it is like maintained within a single repository, if you do some change in the repository, the entire repository is going to build, the entire application is going to deploy or not. Here, orders to call to support related functionality, there is no change. The change is like only products related. But here what happened? I'm maintaining the code, everything in a single repository. That's the reason the total code supposed to be built, the entire application has to deploy or not. Yes or no? So that orders to call to support, there is no issue, but still it is like impacting or not while deployment. Yes or no? You have to deploy entire application. It's not like related to only products or not. Yes or no? Agree with me? It is like each and every module tightly coupled within the application or not. If you do one change in one module, okay, the entire application you have to build and you have to deploy or not. So this is the monolithic architecture in the past. This is the monolithic architecture in the past. Everything is like in a single application only. Everything is like in a single application only. Now, this particular structure, this particular architecture, okay, they converted like microservices. Now here there is 4 modules out there now. Each and every module they treated like one application, one small application, micro. Okay, it provides some service. It's a small application. It's provide one service to you. So here the same thing. Okay, if it is like micro, how it is going to work? Say, if it is like micro, if it is like microservices, now see here the e-commerce website only. In this e-commerce website, this is like your, okay, you can say like your host application. You can say like your host application. In this host application, there has multiple remote applications we are going to develop. Small applications, multiple small applications. This is like one application, one application. This is like one application, not module. Now it is like applications, and this is like one application. one application, and this is also one application. These all are like now, okay, the code not changed, just we split like one more application, that's it. Whenever it is like one more application, now tell me, this application related code I'm going to maintain with one repo or not? It's like one repo or not, yes or no? Okay, this related code I'm going to maintain like what, one more repo or not? One more repo. And this one is like we are going to maintain like what, one more repo or not? See, the code change not, this is like a configuration change. This is like one more repository or not. In the past, everything we maintain within a single repository, but now each and every small application, each and every module I created like one application, that application we are going to maintain within one repository or not? Understood, everyone? Now tell me, if you get, okay, now these all repositories, okay, the code is working fine, then the time we are going to build and we are going to deploy. And once you completed the deployment, all these you have to merge in the host application or not? We are going to keep this application in the host, use it in the host, wherever you want you can use it, use in the host application. Now see, this application also I'm going to build, and this application also I'm going to build, and this application also I'm going to build. Okay, this application also I'm going to build, and this application also, and this application also. Like this, how many applications I built? There has 4 applications. You completed the coding, you completed the coding. First, the products one, you completed some functionality. That functionality we maintain, that source code we maintain one repository. That repository, there has main branch is there. In the main branch, okay, whatever the code is there, I build that code, I deployed that code. I want to use somewhere, okay, somewhere I want to use this particular application, so that use it in the host. Same like this others also and remaining. So here, once my application development is completed, all the applications development is completed, I used in my host application is like e-commerce, so the functionality working as expected, no problem at all. Finally my end user can use it. Now see the problem. If you found some issue, one issue in the products functionality, now tell me, now my products is like a separate application, right? It's a separate application or not? Now what you are going to do? Okay, my orders application already deployed, it is running, cart is running, and support is running. The problem is not with these applications, so that as usual these applications are going to up and run. The issue in the products application only, so that you can work on this only products application or not. Okay, now only products repository you can create one branch, fix that bug, merge into main and build and deploy only products application or not? Only products application, the end user can use it finally once it is like deployed. Now the thing is like the past, okay, this application and this application difference is what? Okay, here everything is like we are going to use in a single repository, as like a treated like one application. If you do any change, everything is like all the functionality is going to be affected. But here each and every functionality just I split like one application, so that it is like individual applications treated like. That's the reason if you do any change in the product, so that change is not impact, the deployment downtime is not impact on orders and create and support remaining applications or not. In future there has an issue with the cart, yes, you can work on the cart, remaining all or not required or not. So just they made like each and every future like one simple, one single application or not? Yes or no? That provides some service. It's like the big application we, okay, split like what, micro small applications that provide some services, like it is providing like a products related, it provide orders related, it provide like a port support like this or not? Understood, everyone? Got my point? The difference, what is the difference between monolithic and microservices? Now, this terminology, the microservices terminology, we are going to use like in the backend applications. The same terminology, the same functionality, the same architecture, if you want to use in the front end, that is nothing but a micro front end. That is nothing but what? Micro front end. The same architecture so far you used in the backend. That one we can say like what? That one we can say like what? Okay, microservices.
Microservices.
Okay, the same architecture if you use in the front end also, for my React application development, for my Angular application development, that one we can say terminology wise, it's a micro front end or not. Understood, everyone, so far? Agreed? Up here, okay, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, now let's come to our micro front end now. Okay, see here. Come to our micro front end. Now treat this one only. See, in this functionality, both the client application is going to involve, client related stuff also involved, server side also. So in my client, okay, just I want to create like products related one application, orders related one application, cart related one application, support related one application I want to create. These all applications I want to keep inside one my parent application, the host application. The host is like a final application. Just think like that. So that here I want to create total how many applications? So 5 applications I want to create. 4 like what? 4 like normal applications. Okay, that means okay, remote applications wherever you want you can use it. The fifth one is like what? It's like a host application or not, final application or not. Yes or no? Got my point? Okay, total these many applications are required. Let's okay develop those. So I want like 4 to 5. Okay, 5 based on your requirement. That's okay. Okay, 5 applications are required. Now the thing is, see, and one more thing in the microservices only. These 5 applications are there. Na? Okay, let me open the page. Yeah, this is one application which is related to products, and this is one application this is related to cards. This is one more application which is related to orders, and this is one application which is related to what, which is related to support, for example. These all applications are like what, okay, we can say like a remote applications. These remote applications, if you want to use in another application also, you can use it. For example, okay, products, so not only in the normal e-commerce website like Amazon, right? For example, I have one shopping mall is there. Okay, in the shopping mall, just we have some products, so I can use okay this particular application in that particular okay host application or not, parent application or not. Okay, in my parent these 4 applications I want to use. In my parent I want to use this 4 application. My parent is like Amazon kind of e-commerce website, for example. You can use products, you can use products application, you can use orders application, you can use cart application, and you can use support application. You can use support application. For example, I have one more requirement also there. Okay, I have my own shopping mall is there. Okay, there has some products there also I want to purchase. Then that time, see, this products application you can use in that shopping mall application also or not. You can reuse that. Okay, these small applications you can reuse in your host applications or not. Yes or no? And one more thing, the host application technology can be anything. See, these applications or not, these all are like what, okay, different applications now. In the past monolithic, if you observe, in the monolithic everything is like one repository you maintained, everything is like one application. So that technology also should be like what, same technology you have to use products to orders to cart to support or not in the monolithic. Why? Because everything we are going to maintain like a single application in the single repository. But if you come here microservices, my products is like one simple okay separate application. Now the application technology you can decide. For example, the products I want to develop by using Java front end React, orders I want to use like a .NET, front end is like a Angular application, cart I want to use like a Python, front end is like a Vue.js, support I want to use like Salesforce, so front end is like something like ext.js. Okay, different technologies you can use it, no problem at all. Understood, everyone? Okay, in our case, just we are going to use like a React application. So let me create one folder here. Okay, in this folder, just I want to create like multiple applications. Okay, by using Webpack. Okay, here there has one module. Okay, okay, we are going to use like how to implement this one micro front end in our front end applications. Mean there has one plugin is there that is provided by the Webpack people. That is like Webpack module federation is the plugin. Okay, by using that plugin, there has some other plugins also there. There has some other ways also we can do it. But as part of our sessions, we are going to use like a Webpack 5 module federation plugin. So that I'm going to create my applications, all my 5 applications by using Webpack. Very simple. Okay, already there in the uijavakit.com, we can use that code. Okay, let's go. Let me open our folder. open folder, go to the desktop, and where is that micro front end, right? Okay, select it. Now here I want to create like one remote application. Which one? Products is the one. There has one more orders. There has one more part. Okay, there has one more. There has one more support. Okay, these all are like applications. The next one is like host application is required, right? These all I want to use in that application, so that you can create like a host application. Okay, my app or something like this, you can put it. Okay, let's go to the products first. Let's go to the products now. Yeah, let's go to the products. I want to create like one basic skeleton, webpack application basic skeleton I want to create. Okay, anyone knows how to create the package.json? If you want to create it manually, how you can create it? The package.json. Anyone knows which command we are going to use?
npm init.
npm init is the command or not? Just simply npm init. Okay, in the PowerShell, it is not what? Then that time go to the command prompt. Now let's go to the products. Let's go to the products. Now here npm init is the command. Npm init is the command. Okay, now it is going to ask some questions to you. Just you can answer those. Let's text this instead. Yeah. So package name is like products only. Okay, just click to just say okay like that. Okay, done. Now in my products package.json created or not. Now the dependencies you can install. Okay, if it is like React, minimum 2 dependencies are required or not. Okay, in the production 2 dependencies are required. What are those? React application, React DOM. Okay, in the dev, you have to compile the code by using Babel. If you want to run it on server, these all required or not. So let's create dependencies. Let's install the dependencies. npm install React DOM is the one. React DOM. Okay, just install it. Now these are not dependencies. Okay, these are like normal dependencies, so that those are like added or not. Okay, the next one is like what dev dependencies I want to add it. I want to create like a webpack application, right? So that I want to create webpack related module. Okay, libraries you can say. npm install webpack to build in the application, to bundle the application. The next one is like to run your application through command line interface, webpack CLI, webpack CLI. The next one is like to run this one in one server, okay, webpack dev server. Webpack dev server. These are the three libraries related to Webpack as like a dev dependencies I want to install as like a dev dependencies. Okay, Webpack dev server, Webpack CLI. Okay, this Webpack and Webpack dev server, where we are going to use, we'll see that. Where we are going to use, we'll see that. So meanwhile, any questions, anyone? Anyone have any questions? Okay, done. Say Webpack CLI, Webpack dev server installed or not. Next one, can anyone? Babel related. Okay, to compile your JS export. Okay, what is that? npm install at the rate Babel core. The next one at the rate Babel. Okay, these libraries you can directly find in your internet directly. Okay, Babel polyfill. The next one is like at the rate Babel preset environment. Okay, the next one is like at the rate Babel preset React. Okay, you can save it. Save -dev. Okay, these all you can find in our UI Java kit.concept. Go to your javakit.com. Let's go to React. Okay, in this React, okay, if you come down, lost the webpack, you can see. See the webpack, see the dev dependencies, what are required, these only just I added there. Okay, the webpack config also, this one we are going to use there. Now these are like installed. Yes. Okay, the Babel installed, webpack also installed. The next one is like, okay, to load the Babel loader is required. Is there or not there? Babel loader. You have to load the Babel loader. So npm install Babel loader. The next one, CSS related, CSS loader. Okay, the next one is like CSS is like not only CSS, SAS, less that kind of. So that those are high level styles, right? Style loader, style loader. Okay, these are you can. Okay, these are not like normal dependencies, like dev dependencies only. Done. Okay, the next one is okay. Now, if it is like a CSR, client-side rendering application, so that the application is going to run in the browser. Okay, one HTML file is required. The bootstrap HTML file, starting HTML file. Which one is like a bootstrap starting HTML file? You have to mention. For that, we need one plugin that is like HTML Webpack plugin. So install it. HTML Webpack plugin. HTML to tell the bootstrap file from your client side. Okay, to tell the bootstrap file is nothing but starting file from your okay from your browser. Okay, which application can be anything. Which file has to load from HTML side? That HTML bootstrap file you have to mention. HTML Webpack plugin. Save -. Okay, done. The next one is like you can create like a webpack config.js. Webpack.config.js. Okay, the configuration you have to mention. Say this the webpack config.js, whatever you have here, just you can add it. Okay, now once you added here, now see this. Okay, you created like one module, webpack module. Okay, in this particular module, JavaScript side bootstrap file is like JS, HTML side bootstrap file is like index.html. So you have to write some rules. Okay, which files you want me to load, JS, JSX, like that, CSS, and finally this is the plugin. Okay, you can export the webpack config.js. This webpack config.js read by the server. Okay, this is the configuration you have to do. The next one is like, okay, you have to set up like Babel configuration also. So the file name is like Babel RC dot Babel configuration. You can add these presets, preset environment and preset React. Okay, done. Now you can write the code. Okay, in the package.json, okay, in the webpack config, in the source folder, you need index.html and a JS file, so that you can create one source folder to write your source code. In this one index.html file, you can create it. Okay, now here, if it is like React, one container is required. That container you can add it. ID equals to root container. That's it. The next one is like, I need a component. So here my app.jsx is my component, React arrow functional component. Okay, here my component is like what? Okay, h3 orders is my component. H3 orders is my component. Done. Now this component you have to load inside this container, right? So JS side, which one is like a bootstrap file? JS. Okay. Now import React. The next one is like import React DOM from React DOM client. Okay, it's like client side rendering. Okay. Now in the React DOM, we have one method is there, create root, which take like your container reference, get element by ID of what? Root. Now it gives me what? Okay, your root container or not. Once you have the root container, I want to render my app. I want to render my app. This is a simple application or not? Yes or no? Okay. Now I want to run this application. How you want me to run? I want to run this application. How you want me to run? In the webpack config, just I want to add a port number also. Okay. Here where you need to the port number. Is there? Okay, we'll see that from the port number. By default it is going to run in 8080. We'll see. The next one is like you have to run that application. Okay, if you want to run that application, I need some commands. So I want to use the commands here. See, now these are the commands. You can use it. Control C. Now if you come here, you can use those commands. Okay, now this application is running or not running, you can test it. Npm start is the one. Npm start. Now see, whenever you start, the application is running in one server, that is webpack dev server. I use it through command line interface or not. Now this webpack dev server reads your configuration. Now it should okay, show your access. Wait, cannot resolve yap. Cannot resolve yap. How is this one? Cannot resolve yap. You said like yap, right? Okay, so that can you go to my index.js, app.jsx, right? Can use it. Now, can you come here? Now, again the error, appropriate loader. Okay, now in the webpack config, you have to mention not only JS, you have to tell like JSX also or not. You have to tell like what? Not only JS, you have to tell like JSX also. So, here you have to mention JSX. It's like a regular expression, okay? JS, either JSX or JS. JSX or JS. Now, can I? Is there any error? Can you run again? Yum start is the command. Webpack dev server. Now the application is running or not? The application is running. This is which application actually? This is which application? It's like your client. Okay, your remote application, right? This is like your remote application. Okay, it's not like a host application or not. Okay, now the host application where it is. This is my host application. Okay, this is my actual host application or not. Remaining all are like keep inside this application. This is my final application. This is my final application. Yes, sir. So I want to add this orders in my app. I want to add my products in my app. I want to add support for everything or not. So let's create my app. Okay, whatever you have in this application, okay, the same you can copy paste. Okay, let's go and pop within file explorer. Let's go to the products. Control A. Node mode is not required. Okay, go to micro frontend. Go to my app. Okay, now you can paste it. Now you can paste it. Now come to our editor. Do the the required changes in the package.json. This is not the products. This is my app. My app. The next one is like source. In my app.js, this is not like an orders. Okay, this is like a e-commerce application. Okay, below I want like orders, so remaining all applications I want to load it. Okay, yeah. The next one is like index.html. Okay, index also okay. My package.json, package config, this is also okay. Package log.json, this one also okay. Now let me run the application. Command prompt cd my app, cd my app, npm start is the command. Not happened here. Your package server is not there, so you have to do what? You have to download the libraries or not. You have to download the libraries. Just you can download the libraries. So let's take some time just for it. Done, huh? So can we run it? npm start. Okay, which application we are running? My app. My app application we are running. So my app application is running on 8082 port number. That's okay. My e-commerce application is running. Okay, my e-commerce application is running. Now the question is, in the e-commerce application, you have to add what? Which application you have to add? You have to add like a products application or not. So in the products application is nothing but your child application. For example, it's like a remote application. The host application, final application is what? My app is the one or not. So you have to, okay, export your components which can be ready to use in another application or not. So that one you have to export. That kind of configuration you have to do in the remote applications. So for that, you have to do one simple configuration in the webpack configure.js. You have to do the configuration in the webpack configure.js. Okay. So here there has one class is there. Module Federation plugin is the class. The class name is like what? Module Federation plugin. So here, first of all, you can get it. Require from the webpack, from the container. It is like webpack container. So it gives the help. It is going to give like what? It is going to give like my webpack, the module federation plugin class it is going to give. If it is used like one class, then how it is going to, okay, if it is like a one class is there, how it is going to use that class? We are going to use like what? We are going to use like what? You have to create an object or not. So here you can write like module federation plugin. module preparation plugin. Okay. Okay, let's check for the helpers. Control space module federation plugin is there, right? That one you can use. That one you can use. Now this module federation plugin, you have to use this module federation plugin for what purpose? To export your components. To export your components. Got the point? To export your components. So these all plugins where we have these all plugins where we have see in the plugins. So HTML entry plugin is there, right? That is one. So the another one also you can write HTML entry plugin, how you return. Same like this, you can write one more plugin. The module federation plugin. So where module federation plugin is equals to new module federation plugin. It's a class. It's a class. So here it's take like one object. You have to configure all these things. You have to configure all these things. The first one is like one unique name you have to give. That unique name we can use in the host. Okay, the name is like what? This particular one. Okay, the app component, right? The name at component level you have to give. Okay, the name is like at this moment my orders, for example. This is like a orders component. Orders component. The next one is like file name on property you have to give. File. A file name. File name you have to give. The file name is like what, remote entry.js is the file. Remote entry.js. Now see this remote entry.js file, you can see here. You can see localhost 80, okay, 8108. This is the one, right? After that, you can add a remote entry.js. Okay. It's supposed to be one. Zero eight one edit orders. Okay, we'll see that one. Now come here. File name is like this one. The next one is like what? Which components you want me to expose? Those components you have to mention. Expose is there for the helpers, but I'm not get the so exposes. Exposes is the one. Okay, here you can mention which components you want to expose. Which components you want to expose. That component path directly you can give it. That particular component path you can give it. So here, okay, you can give the object format. Not only one component, right? Multiple components, right? You can expose it so that only one component is there in my orders, in my products. That's okay. But in future, there is multiple components also. You can expose it. So my orders in the same folder. Okay, orders. The next one is like that path you have to give. That path. Where is that component path? You can give this component path. This is the orders needed component, right? Copy this path. Just you can mention. Like this, you can write any number of. Okay, like this, you can give any number of components. Okay, the path only ready added. That's all. So this particular plugin where we need to
How
add
to, you have to make it forward slash manually.
the source. Is it okay? Appear okay, right?
Yes.
Okay. So any changes are required? Okay.
No.
No, right up to here. Okay, just we imported like a module federation plugin. Okay, after that, it's like a class type. So we created an object for this and we added like some configurations here. Okay, here how many components are there? That many components you can add in this place. Okay, you can add it. High level is like only one. It's like a orders. You can put it instead of orders component. Just you can say like a orders name. This name we can use somewhere. Okay, this is like a order component, some other component, some other component. Any name you can give it here. No problem at all. Okay, this remote entry.js supposed to be visible, right? Whenever you run this, right? Local,
Yes.
local host 80,
Now it, I think now it will work.
local host. Now it's should generate right 8081. So it's okay. We rerun once. Let's start. Cannot result products source app.js. Cannot resolve source of products app.js. I think you have to use like source, right? I run again. npm start. Source already there. Source of products. All right. In the source directly app.js itself. The source directly app.js. So this one is not okay. We'll start. Cannot resolve source app.js. Why this? Okay, you
Back
are here. Okay, source
slash.
backslash. Okay. npm start. Now, if it is work, others is like working. The next one is like what? Remote, right? Remote entry. Right? Okay. So for good, this is the name. Okay, any name you can give, no problem at all. Okay, the remote entry file, it is going to generate. Next one is like exposes, which components you are going to expose. Okay, these three properties only, right? Configuration wise. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So once you expose your components, only one component is there. Okay, if you want to write one more component also you can write it, but that's okay, fine. For now, one component is enough. Now this particular one you have to use in our parent, right? This one. The same component you have to use in our parent or not. Okay. So let's go to the parent. Yeah, you can go to the parent. Now, okay, this configuration you have to write where in the webpack only. Okay. Now you can get the where your module federation plugin from where required webpack. Put this container, right? Container, container. Okay. Here module federation plugin you can get it. Federation plugin you can get it. The next one is like, can we create an object for that?
Yes.
Again, the same story here also. Module federation plugin is equals to new module federation plugin. Now that here, here also one object you have to provide, right? Okay, one object here. The name is like what? Okay, you can give like my application. My name is like my application. My file name. File name is equals to remote.js. Remote.js. Oh, these are like configurations. Okay, don't think more about this one. Okay, the next one. What is the next one? Remote.
Expose.
Not exposes. Why? Because these this product we exposes some components to use in parent. So now this one is like what? You have to use it. This person is like exposed, and this person is like what? You have to use those or not. Yes or no? Okay. So now here the property is not like expose, the property is like remotes. Okay, remote application related components I want to use it. So the property is like what? Remotes. Okay. In this one. Okay. Now you can give the key and value. This is also one object only. Now tell me here, okay, you whatever exposes, okay, from the products component or orders component or support component or part component, whatever you exports the components, those components you have to mention here or not. Okay, that means key value pair means with which name you want me to use that component actual running where, that address you have to give it or not. Yes or no? If you come to the products one, okay, which component you exposed, okay, you exposed like what?
Order component.
You exposed like other component. Okay. Here how many components you can expose?
Any number.
Any number of components, right? These all we can mention with this name, right? Others is the name. Yes, or no? To refer somewhere. Okay. Now can you come to the parent one, webpack config.js. Okay, here the key is like which component you want me to use, where it is running, that is like a value. That component how you want me to use, that is like a key. That is like a key. So here you can use like any name,
Orders.
the others component, for example, component. Okay, here the value is matters here. This others component, where it is running, in which application it is running. My local host. Okay, here my order application is running or not. Okay, this entry point you observe, right? Remote entry point is the exposed some components, right? Those are like referred here in this particular file, so that you can take this remote entry.js. Now you can go. Okay, after you can check. Okay, if I get wrong, just help me. So here you can add that path. Yes or no? Localhost 8081. in this particular location, how many components are like exposed in this particular location? 80881 remote entry. Okay,
As
here
of no one.
only one, right? What is the name of that one?
App.js.
um, Here some name you given, right? Source webconfig.js. What is that one?
Order component.
This is this name you can mention, right? Yes, sir.
Yes.
So can you go to the app back config? Okay, now you have to mention that particular name at that. That's it, right? So whatever you mentioned, okay, that means whatever you exposes from this particular application, okay, the name is like what? Order component. That one you can use with this name in my post application or not. The component, order component exposed from where? From this particular application. You can use in the parent application with the name of what? Orders component or not. Is it okay? Okay. This remote.js is like working as expected or not in the parent one. Can you check it? Okay, parent application is running where? Localhost 8082, na?
8.2.
Localhost 808. Localhost 8082. Okay, my e-commerce application. Okay, here can I mention like what? Remote entry.js. Okay, it is not. So, is there another configuration is required? Not, you not added this plugin, right? You did it, but you not added. So where we need to add in the plugin section, right? In the module. So can we add this one? Okay. Now once you added, can you rerun that one? npm start is the command. Just rerun. Okay. Now can you look for a remote entry.js? Remote entry.js is not. So can you click on it? Where is that? Webpack config.js. This is the one, right? Oh, this other component at the rate. The webpack config.js. Something like look at this others one or other
I think orders, not order component. Orders you have to keep.
others. Let's go to this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the name is like others remote entry. Now in this case, one more change also required then. Okay, we'll see that. First of all, it's going to work on check it. Now,
Sorry.
now come here. Entry.
I think you didn't import, right?
Which one?
Have you imported orders into your post application?
The host application orders. Okay, we not use it, right? Okay, we need to use this. Okay, orders. Okay. Now this config orders. Okay, now this order component is like exposed from here.
You
Now,
have to use the key order
order
component
component.
slash That one.
Hmm.
You have to import some name order component slash order component
Where?
in the host application,
In the post application, not in the webpack config, right?
not in the webpack. I'm while using that. If you want to use that component, I'm saying.
Okay, this component we can use it now. Okay, this component, this order component, we can use it. Okay, let's go to our source app. Okay, now you can use it. Whatever the components we are going to use in the remote applications, those are coming like an asynchronously, so that we can use like a lazy loading, right? We can use like a lazy loading. So tell me how we can implement this lazy loading. We can use like a lazy is the method, right? Okay, let's go. Lazy stake like callback function. You can import from here, and it's going to return me what something like that's all what it is. Okay, now here, what is the name you have to mention?
We have to give first remote entry.js key we have to provide.
Which one you need to provide?
In the webpack, we have that, right? Webpack config.
Orders component, the key.
In the webpack config.js, or this one,
In
orders.
the host. In the host.
Okay, here you have to mention this one. First, in the webpack config, this is the one, right?
Yes.
Order component. So go to app.js. This is the order component. From the order component, which component you exposed here in the webpack config? This is the one, right?
Yes.
Okay, for example, okay, both are like order components. Only just I added like my order. Okay, now this my order you have to mention in the app.js, right? That's all. Now this orders component you can use here. If it is working as expected, you have to show. Okay, it should print like that. So let me rerun npm start. Okay, that's individual application is running. So the next one is like go to here again, can run npm start. Okay, now it's like lazy loading, right? You have to fall back, I guess. So that will have to add it, right? Can you read it? My order does not exist in the container. You changed here. Okay, order. You change it, right? So go to package webpack config.js. My order, you change it here. Where it is impacted, orders in my order. In the webpack config.js, orders localhost 8081. This order component. From this order component, you have to mention like my orders.
Can you remove that dot won't affect, right?
This one,
Line number 12, the dot is not an issue, right?
this is not an issue. Do you think this one is like an issue?
No, I'm just asking.
No, no, dot is not an issue. But say the overall flow, can you check it? So let's go to the parent. Okay, in the parent we have some components, not only one component, there is multiple components, maybe some components from this orders. This orders is nothing but what? Okay, this is the remote one. In this there is multiple components are there. Now whenever you use in the parent one, orders component, orders component is nothing but what? In the parent, go to webpack config, orders component is nothing but this one, the whole orders, all the orders. In this, okay, how many components are there in the orders? In this application, how many components we exposed? Only
One.
one component only. Okay, here at this moment, only one component, my order. So that in this app.js, first order component is nothing but the total components from the orders application. Among those, which component you are going to select? My order is the component or not? Yes or no? So that this is the one. Okay, this is looks good only. But let me
Sir, that my order component we didn't mention right in the host. So how it will be picked in
which one
web?
order? This
My order component we didn't mention in the host, right? Host just we only give the
yes,
orders only. Inside
yes.
that number of components it will be available. If suppose here one, so
So
more than one, how it will be picked that
yeah,
exactly?
see here there has one more component also there. For example, okay. So my orders component exposed gives how many components? My orders one gives like a 10 components, for example. Okay, this is like a remote application. Okay, in the host application you have to mention these components, right? So let's go to the host. Okay, in the host you need to mention like what? Okay, this one. Okay, you need to mention this one is like a value. It means if you mention like this, what it means in the host? Okay, in the orders, how many components you exposed, those components come here or not? All the components. You refer with which name? Something like a name, for example, you referred. So in my host application, in the app.jsx, if you refer a means, how many components you referred? All the components or not? Yes or no? Among those components, so which component do you want? Each and every component has their own name, right? What is this component?
Yes.
My order or not? So that, okay, if you write like this, okay, A means all the components from the orders application. In that, my order is your component. That component you are going to load it or not. Got my
Yes.
point?
Yeah. Okay. So
Now,
any relation if export default and only export in
which
this way?
one? No, no, no. All are like here treated like export defaults only because you imported like dynamic import, right?
Okay. Sir. Yeah.
Okay, everything is like export default. Okay, that one only we need to check. We'll check that. Because here they are expecting like in the app.jsx, okay, you imported like this means that should be export default only, right? That should be export default
Yes.
only.
Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that one also we need to check. We'll check that. Npm start. Now can you do like okay, suspense, we are using lazy loading, right? So can I write like the component inside this one? My fallback is like uh, loading. Now can I put this order uh, here? Can I put this order here? Okay. Now we can check the default one. Localhost 8082. My application is running, but so
You removed that component.
Yeah. Orders come.
so so must be a class or a function. That means they're expecting default, but it is like export without default maybe. Now let's go to .jsx. Okay. And I
It's only export. Not an export default.
have to export default. Yeah. Okay. to export default to app. Now the first application, right? This is okay. This app where it is running the index.js. Okay, can I remove this one? It's okay, no? Now where you configure this app, where you configure this app, this is the one, right? Source app.jsx. The app name is like my order is the one. So the order, can I refresh the page? Yes, right. Hmm?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, let's recap all the things step by step. Okay, let me write it first one by one. The first step is what? Okay, create the host and remote applications using Webpack or any other your wish. Webpack. Okay, you can do it. Okay, the dependencies and everything you know, right? The dependencies and dependencies, everything you know. Otherwise, you can note it down from the package.json. The same application structure only we are going to use. Okay, the same application script only we are going to use for remaining of all applications. So the dependencies and the dependencies, these are the ones. Okay, so if you want to, you can check directly from uijavakit.com. uijavakit.com. Okay, from React application, you can check. Okay, how many applications we need to create based on your requirement, you can create. Okay, one host application should be there. Okay, multiple remote applications should be there. Okay, in the remote application now, in the remote application, okay, make it work first. Make it work. Okay, all the applications, make it work with the functionality. In the remote applications, okay, what kind of configuration you have to do. In the remote applications, you have to expose your components or not. Okay, in the remote application, have to expose your components or not. Okay, okay, one, okay, any number, that is your wish. Okay, for that purpose, what you have to do, if you want to expose your components, so in your remote application, first what you have to do, we need like a module or not. What is that module name?
Module federation.
Module federation. Coming from where? Coming from Webpack. That Webpack fifth version onwards only. Okay, Webpack 5 version onwards only, we have this feature. Okay, Webpack 5. That is you have to make sure. Okay, now you have to configure this one or not. You have to configure this one. Okay, here now see, module federation plugin is like a class which contains one object only, which contains one object only to represent all your components. To represent all your components, exposed components, you need one name to use where? To use in post app. Yes, no? Come on.
Yes, yes, sir.
Using post app. You expose this one. How many components are there? You can write any number of components with any name. Any name, no problem at all. But you have to give the proper path of your component and make sure that component should export default or not. Yes, sir. Make sure the component should export default. Why? Why? Because we are using this one as like a
Import.
lazy component. Lazy components are expecting like what? Export default components. Okay. Done. Now here, how many you want? You can write it. Okay. Here, any number of expose any number of components. Okay. This name can be anything or not. Name can be anything. Can be anything. No problem. Okay, na? Up to here.
Yes.
Orders to use in the host app. Okay. Name can be anything. Name can be anything. Okay. This one remote entry is there, na? Okay. Same name. Same name. We have to use. Same name we have to use. That is like they generated. Okay. You can use this name. Okay. You can use this name. Okay. Next. Recommended to use this name. You can use it. Next one. This is your, come on, remote one, right? Okay, now let's go to, come on, let's go to
Host.
host, right? Host, yeah. In the host tab, and these all in the webpack.config.js. In the host tab, what you have to do, you have to use it or not. Webpack.config.js. You have to use it. So how we can use that one? In the host tab. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Stuff or take this stuff. Okay. Now this import is like normal only. Just you can import it. Just you can import it. Okay. Now here what you have to do. This one can be anything. This one can be anything. This application, if you want to use any other place, then you can refer. But here we not use anywhere. Remote entry, you can use the same name. This is an important for us. This orders is there now. Okay, and this one is there now. This coming from where the value should come from your remote
Remote.
application or not. Okay, this is what your remote application name. Here the order is like what? My orders is like what? Remote application. Okay, the remote. Okay, this one, right? Okay, in the model federation, whatever the name is there. Okay, that name or not in the remote application name. Application name. The next one is like at the red symbol, and this one is like what? The remote application where it is running with the remote entry.js. That exact path you have to give it or not. Yes or no? Now here, this name can be anything. Okay, that means this name refers to all your exposed components from this particular application or not. Okay, na? Order component,
Yes.
all your exposed components from this orders application or not. Yes or no? Now this order component you have to use it, right? Okay, using JSX. Using JSX. How we can use it? First, you have to see any remote application you can take it. We are going to get that components like through lazy loading only. Okay, asynchronously you can get those through lazy loading only. We can get it. If you want to get it through lazy loading, okay, what we have to do? You have to
Input lazy.
you have to take this one. Lazy is the predefined method. It's coming from React library only. Here order component is nothing but this one refers to all your, okay, order component refers to all your exposed components from the order application or not. Order component refers all your exposed components from orders application or not. Yes or no? Okay. Now, in those, which one you want me to take? My order. My order is what? My order is what? Your
Component.
name of your component name or not? See here, you are exposed with which name? My order, right? So that component you have to mention or not. All the components I don't want. This component only I want. That component you okay bind with what? That component you bind with what? My order or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? So here my order is coming from where? My order. Okay. It is a exact name of your component.
Component.
uh, remote
Reference.
remote application or
Remote
not.
application.
Yes or no? Once you get this one through lazy loading, okay, through suspense, just you can load it. That's it. Agreed, huh? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now what is there? The next level. The same component, okay, the same application you can use it. One more change is what? In the remotes, instead of order component, what you have to put? Your cart component, that cart component, okay, how many components they exposed, that name you can mention, and that application where it is running, that one you have to mention. The next one is like what? Cart component, another component, like this we can mention or not. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so finally, okay, you can configure like this or not. Finally, you can do any change. Okay, that's okay. Okay, configure like this or not. So can you do one thing from your end? Remaining things, I'm going to share this code with you. Applications can you do? Can you work out? Okay, if you stuck with something, okay, just you can drop a mail. Okay, you can go to the VDS school. Okay, otherwise you can, okay, you are like in the group, right? Okay, micro front end. You are in this WhatsApp group, right? Which one?
Yeah, in WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group, right? Just you can drop a message in the WhatsApp group. Okay. I'm going to share this code in the WhatsApp group itself. Just you can work on remaining things.
Okay,
Okay, na?
okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir, I have one question. So
yeah.
now that remote application we created, right? So
Yes.
we configured in the host also. So now we do any changes in the remote application directly. Just we do deploy na, then automatically it will be come to the host,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. If you change anything in the remote application, only remote application we are going to deploy and we have to restart it. Okay.
Okay,
A host application, no need to touch.
okay, sir.
No need to touch.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir. So this
Okay. Then,
code in WhatsApp group you
yeah,
can
yeah.
share. Yeah,
In the WhatsApp group, okay, I'm going to share. Okay, I'm going to give the GitHub repository. Otherwise, directly zip file I'm going to share. Okay, na?
yeah. Okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
then. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.